Resident Evil 2 Remake is a game that is complicated to praise. For me, it was the game that started my journey with this franchise and got me into playing a lot more horror, for better or worse. But it kinda stinks. It stinks of wasted potential and some undeserved praise. Today I want to talk about the great, the good, the bad, the cringe, and the really shitty awful stuff in RE2 Remake. Obviously, there will be spoilers ahead. We begin with the truck driver. He eats a healthy burger, crashes into a lady, and oh no, she stands back up. This intro might be a neat tone setter, but the menu already sets it, and other than that, it really doesn't accomplish anything. It only serves to contradict the rest of the game. How the hell does the zombie survive getting hit by a massive truck? They are resilient, but not this much. At least it sets up the truck driver so he doesn't come out of nowhere, but this game isn't worried about contradictions and conveniences, so what was the point? Each scenario begins with the gas station. Leon/Claire walk in there, find the cop with the zombie, get the key and escape with the second character. Where do all these zombies come from, and where does Leon get the bullet even if you emptied the mag? Well, no, really, but this prologue is expeditious. You get a lot in a very small amount of time. Scary dark rooms, scary red stuff, gore, combat, exploration, item management in a segment you can finish in less than a minute. Leon and Claire make their way to Raccoon City. Scenario A starts as near the car after the truck driver crashes into Leon and Claire. You make your way into the police station, look at security footage, get the notebook, almost get eaten and get saved by Marvin. You gain a knife that opens the gate into the reception, and after getting out of the operations room, the game starts properly. Now, what do I mean? I've been wondering for a while why I love this one and 4 so much rather than the other ones. We are now at the point where decisions start. Decisions that impact your inventory, your health, your speed, your time, and your grade. I believe the time and the grade are key ingredients in what makes the design shine. My first ever playthrough was 7.5 hours. At my best, I beat the game in around an hour. I think that the connection between the timer, the grade, the map, having to account for enemies on your routes is what makes it so engaging, the optimization of gameplay. RE4 is still my favorite, but there you can get better through mechanical mastery, and that helps here, but you have to keep optimizing to get better. Even in this small part of the RPD, you have plenty of choice. You can go into the West office to get an inventory upgrade if you know the combination, ammo, gunpowder, and a gun upgrade. The safety deposit room, which currently doesn't let you get a lot. You can unlock 106 and 109 right now, but you see the shotgun and the new inventory upgrade. You can go into the darkroom safe room to save, so exploring the former doesn't come with a possible loss of progress. On your first playthrough, this will all come naturally, through exploration, but on subsequent ones you immediately start making decisions based on your knowledge of the items. The station is wacky and large, but small and distinct enough to make you easily memorize the rooms and layout, but there is something that's always slightly changing.
Zombies.
Thanks for the input, Jeff. Zombies in RE2 are what adds on another layer to the optimization. You have to account for them. You have to account for the fact that you might fuck up. And if you're new to the game or a bit rusty, you definitely will. That means taking healing items into your inventory, which might impact your ability to take more stuff with you along the way. After getting to the library, Marvin informs you of Leon's or Claire's presence. At this point, you will have the spade key, which you have to use to get to them. You can't go back there through the gate, so you have to go upstairs and unlock the spade key door. You've probably used it for all the doors, so you can discard it. Now you have more room, and you're able to get the access card for that shotgun or grenade launcher. We will get to the story and scenarios and how they make no fucking sense at all, but for now, let's just stick with the game part. You will be going back through the East Office, and last time you were there, you most definitely left quite a few zombies there. You might be able to deal with them with just the gun, but you might fuck up. Going for the shotgun now means you lose time, but mitigate the possible risk. The zombies are tough, and you don't know how many bullets you will need. A shotgun at close range pretty much guarantees a dead zombie. The randomness is what makes both of these decisions valid. You are able to mitigate the risk that the randomness produces, which makes getting the shotgun a right choice. I didn't even talk about the book for the statue that gets you the gem, that later on gets you the RPD badge, that gets you the Lightning Hawk / SMG. If you want to get it later, it could lead to lost time. This is something that even way back when I played it first, I couldn't really put into words, but I was thinking through different possibilities constantly while playing. RE2 makes speedrunning easily accessible, and it's quite amazing at best, but it unfortunately comes with downsides. In a system such as this, there shouldn't be strict right or wrong answers, but even in the RPD there's spots that are not that necessary to use ever. For example, to name a few, have you ever gone through the West Corridor, East Office, or the Operations Room naturally? More than you had to? Probably not. As Leon, you have to go through the corridor to use the club key. At this point, there is a licker in this corridor, so you start walking. Mr. X is activated at this point, but unless you really try, he will never catch you here. Enter the room, get the jack, go around the shelf, and you can run without risk now, cause the licker disappeared. Lickers and Mr. X are another way the game makes you choose. Lickers hear you when you run, so you have to walk if you don't want to fight them. Unfortunately, lickers are constant. No matter how you play, you will always encounter them in the same spots. They can't go into other rooms other than the West storage room. When you kill them, they stay dead. I'm not saying they should work just like the zombies, but some variety would be welcome. The most challenge they ever offer is in the previously mentioned place between the West Office security deposit room and the dark room. If you left any zombies here, working around them and the lickers can be a challenge, but they can't walk upstairs. It's ultimately an enemy you will know through and through when completing your second playthrough, but outside of the disappearance there is more weirdness. In the lab lounge area, the best way to defeat the challenge ahead is to exit the room and to get back. After exiting and entering for the first time, one licker will be next to the low temp test lab and the other licker will be hiding next the safe room. Subsequent exits will cause them to go to the middle of the room. You will never have to outmaneuver them or attack them, cause it's a waste of ammo. You will always be able to walk around them. They work for the first playthrough, maybe for the second, but later on you see the room and you start to walk. The only skill is not having the memory of a goldfish. Speaking of, opinions on Mr. X, I think it's safe to say that Mr. X is a bit divisive. I'm here to present the correct perspective because I am of the Sigma variety. Mr. X is quite good. At first. He certainly makes an impact the first time you play. This unstoppable enemy that you can't kill. You have to account for where he is as well. You can down him for a bit, but the thing is, he will only ever catch you if you stand still, which you almost never do. Beginners will change the route, but even slightly higher level players will bait an attack and before he will get back to normal, you'll be on the other side of the map. His recovery is longer than Boogie's list of fake diseases. He can't enter safe rooms, which looks pretty goofy. He can't enter specific rooms which are key and too small to outmaneuver him. He can't go through rooms in the lab? How the fuck does he even get here? You don't even need to run from him. Like, did none of the playtesters try this? This is unacceptable. He's more of a nuisance than a challenge. Plant zombies? You get so much flamethrower ammo that even in hardcore you can kill them all. As Claire, you can kill them unless you use too much fire grenades. Then you need to down them with your other weapons or just avoid them, which is pretty easy. You get way too many defensive items for them to be a problem. Dogs? They can't hit you when you run diagonally. Wow. What about the bosses then? Birkin, Birkin 2, Birkin 3, Birkin 4, Birkin 5, and Mr. X. Birkin 1 is pretty good. When not using the too well-known knife strat, he is a pretty good tutorial for bosses. The arena is filled with small corridors, two larger areas, and corners in which there are precious items that might help you in defeating him. Of course, getting the items runs the risk of Birkin catching up to you and damaging you. It sucks that both characters have to fight him, but he is a-okay. Birkin 2 is a bit more challenging. The fight starts in the room where either Claire or Leon restore the power to the area. Birkin starts smashing his hand into the player from above, and you have to watch out for him, with the most consistent strat being standing in base near the gate. The most I ever got hurt here is to orange health, so it's alright. The game gives you 3 herbs right before the battle. Once he enters, you can just run past him instantly. Once you run away, you have to use the crane container at least once to drop him into the abyss. Playing this normally is pretty weird, to be honest. His attack animations are very inconsistent and the area is too small to account for them all. Sometimes he will jump at you while you're far away, but other times he will start a combo that is really difficult to dodge. The best strat is standing behind him until he tries to attack, then standing behind him again, and again, and again. Wow. You can defeat him with just one swing of the crane. There is an achievement for it, but you never really know how much health you need to deplete and how much health you're taking. Overall, it's pretty lame. Birkin 3 is alright actually. The weak points are clear, and once you pop his eyes, his biggest weak points show up, and you know what you have to do. It's the best telegraphed fight in the game, you instantly get it. Again, it's lame that they both fight Birkin 2 and 3 at the same time in the same place. Birkin 4 is, you spam the minigun and everything you have and run around the train and he can never hit you. It sucks, but hey, at least only Claire has this fight, so hooray? Fuck off. Mr. X is pretty inconsistent and might be a bit confusing. It is worth attacking him since that actually shaves down the time until Ada drops you the quad launcher. The stagger is strange since a random amount of bullets will cause it, which in the case of his one-shot attack might mean your death unless you have a flashbang or a rock in front of you. The design is awesome, and the music is cool as fuck, and it's a great ending for Leon's pursuer, but it's just not a consistently good fight. Finally, Birkin 5 sucks. He is confusing as fuck. You never really know if you should start shooting at the beginning or when he finally shows his eye. The big monster is getting closer, so of course people are going to shoot, but apparently that's a bad idea. But when he shows his eye, he is really close and will probably kill you. It sucks and I hate it. The bosses overall are just poorly designed. 2 out of 6 is not great. The game's difficulty overall is lackluster. As mentioned, a few locations in the RPD offer barely any reward to a big amount of risk. The open-ended nature of the RPD allows for the RNG and optimization to work together perfectly. The more you shift into linearity, the more the randomness becomes a flaw. You can't really master RNG, you can only mitigate it. This is what plagues Resident Evil 4 Remake and the latter parts of RE2 and the additional modes. What's skillful about having to go through an enemy and sometimes having to shoot them 5 times and sometimes 7 times, or sometimes once? What's the challenge? Did you get enough ammo in the competent part of the game? The fourth survivor is a beeline to the RPD's gate through tight spaces. Someone might get a better time because the game rolled the dice differently. The potential for optimizing is also squandered. The sewers give you barely any choice, and in the lab the only potential is memorizing the greenhouse codes. You can go back to get an inventory upgrade, but at this point it's not that enticing. The RNG and the optimization need to work in tandem, otherwise the game's quality suffers greatly. The moment we get less potential for risk mitigation, the system gets worse. I love these games, but do the devs really think that luck is the metric by which the game should grade you? Maybe not, but we know that they think saving should. I hate the idea that saving impacts your grade. It sucks, it's not a challenge, it's not skillful, it doesn't test anything, and it only annoys you. Are you challenging my patience? To acquire an S+ rank on hardcore mode, you need to save at most 3 times. Why? The only consequence is losing progress. Progress that, based on your design philosophy in the latter stages, can be done by random strokes of luck. Do you enjoy being fucked in your ass? If not, then you shouldn't attempt these. But what about the rewards? Weapons with infinite ammo. It's cool, right? But at least for me, they quickly lose their allure. It's not where the fun's at in this game. But if you don't want to attempt unlocking them, you can just buy all the rewards and unlock all the rewards. Do I even need to talk about how cringe this is? Capcom does some weird shit with the microtransactions. RE2 and 3 have these fucking reward unlocks. RE4 has upgrades for weapons. DMC5 has health orbs and regular orbs. If you buy these, please tell me, why the fuck do you even play video games? I like your games, you assholes. I don't mind paying for stuff like separate ways or skins, cause it's more content for an awesome game. The specific games I mentioned, besides 3, are awesome, and I love them, but unfortunately there's more examples of such shit in them. Don't be cringe, please. Fuck you. Let's talk about standard and hardcore. On standard, a zombie bite will take you down 1 health state. On hardcore, it will be 2. The zombies can even wombo combo you. It's another thing you need to account for. Your positioning is important as well. Playing on hardcore makes healing items much more important and blue herbs a lot more valuable. Eating a combination of green, red and blue herbs gives you a temporary shield, which allows you to take a bite on hardcore and lose only 1 health state. You also won't get poisoned by the fat boys if you have it. The choices are that much more important. Too bad even here you have clear wrong ones. Crafting ammo. Does anyone ever make pistol ammo? Or ammo for the SMG as Claire? The game showers you with both, and you will never run out unless you kill everything. Especially for the SMG, you will have stacks, even on hardcore. Another thing that you get showered with on hardcore are ink ribbons that are required for saving. You will never not have them. They are everywhere. Plenty of times there's a few right next to the typewriter. I've said how cringe limiting saving is for the grade, but you're not even trying to challenge anyone who plays normally. Unless you spam saves, you can't run out. Another difference between standard and hardcore are some items. You can't fully upgrade your inventory on hardcore. 3 item pouches are gonzo. That's neat. In a game with the system having less inventory means more interesting choices have to be made. Since I am retarded, I often fill out my inventory and then have to improvise getting rid of items. Speaking of retardation, another challenger appears. Or 2. The scenarios. The scenarios are something that excited me, and it's a really cool idea. In theory, cause bro, these make no fucking sense whatsoever. Having to account for every difference and payoff in the story is a daunting task, and resources are limited, but the promise is still there. The scenarios don't impact each other whatsoever. You can't take an item in scenario A and then that item will be gone in B. That would be cool and interesting and could lead to cool and interesting decisions, but no, it's so lame. On Scenario B, you'll get a unique gun for the character. Leon gets one and holds it like a G, I guess. Claire gets a revolver that she hauls at the enemy. On Scenario B, you'll always encounter Mr. X outside the STARS office, activating him quicker. On Scenario B, the solutions for the statue puzzles and the greenhouse codes are different. In universe, this shit makes zero fucking sense. It does make the Scenario B experience somewhat different, but the same thing can be said for literally any change. The noir filter makes it somewhat different. The biggest difference is unlocking the true ending. Scenario A ends on a cliffhanger, and playing through Scenario B gets you the ending and the final boss. That's cool. Ultimately, the scenarios fail to deliver on their promise, and it sucks cause they could be really cool, man. The character you choose offers more significant change, the biggest one being the loadout. Both characters get a pistol. Leon gets a shotgun where Claire gets a grenade launcher, Leon gets the Magnum where she gets the SMG. Claire can also get another pistol where Leon gets an upgrade for the Matilda. The second pistol is useful when Claire gets an upgrade for her pistol that allows it to work like the Magnum. Both characters also get a special weapon, again in the same spot. Leon gets the flamethrower and Claire gets the spark shot. Staggering is the name of the game, and there is a clear winner. Leon has the shotgun and the lightning hawk. These either kill or stagger enemies instantly, no matter where you shoot. Claire has the grenade launcher, which, if you think about it, it should be better than the shotgun, but even if you shoot an enemy, it can still launch at you. It staggers bosses? Well, at least. She can use her default pistol as a magnum when you get the upgrade from the sewer safe. Here's the thing though. I think I live in Crazyland, where people think Claire's kit is better. Instant stagger to stagger after a second or two, or longer. Leon's kit is just easily better. Well, what about other weapons? The flamethrower or the spark shot? Flamethrower for staggers and plants, and the spark shot, big damage and the stagger after a couple of seconds. I know what I'm picking. I like blowing shit up as much as the next guy, but come on, this shit looks weak, man. To be honest, I think they should have just given her something else, cause zombies not dying from flaming or acid grenade launcher round instantly is quite strange. Besides the loadout being different, the characters mean different special segments. For Leon it's playing as Ada, and for Claire it's playing as Sherry. To start off with the better segment, playing as Ada is alright. I wish the changes meant a bit more than a different looking pistol and a hacking tool that makes me question why she ever needed Leon to get the keycard for the parking lot gate. But hey, we are getting closer to story talk, so hold on. What you can say for this segment is that at least you can finish it quickly. It's not much action with really boring hacking, whatever. What you can't say for Sherry's segment is that it's good and competent and totally not a waste of everyone's fucking time. You can't make this quicker, and on replays it's so fucking ass. It's Beneviento, but at least this is quicker. You have to escape from Chief Irons as Sherry. He starts chasing you. All you have to do is run away, make it around this furniture one time, and then stand in place until his animations finish. It sucks, it's boring and shit, and fuck you for making the beginning puzzle random every time. By the way, there is an achievement for making it out of this room in 60 seconds, but the puzzle is random, so you have to get lucky to be able to complete it quickly. Fuck you. What is unfortunate is that every time I'm getting to one of these, I actively groan. With Ada's segment you can get a bit better and faster, but Sherry fucking drags, with Chief Irons looking for you and being a fucking moron. You can learn his pathing by heart and shave off a couple of seconds, but at this point I'm clawing my eyes out because I'm so fucking bored. But you know what? That's too much work. You can just wait for him by the door, just standing.
This is crazy. What? Wow, look at that. We had no idea. Huh, you can get through that without being discovered like that. Yeah, had we known, that would have been a bug.
You haven't checked if standing up in the stealth section makes the enemy react? Okay. I'm overall just not a fan of these. It's better than playing as Mary Jane, that's for sure. Story is not where this game's strength lies. Oh yes, the story, or should I say... We'll go through the canon way, which in RE2 Remake apparently is Claire for the first run and Leon for the second. I honestly struggle with knowing how people determined this. Capcom has never officially stated which is the canon way, and either way you will have contradictions that make neither possible. One example is the kennel. If you go the canon way, then it's at first destroyed by lickers, and then when you go as Leon, the lickers are gone and the dogs respawn? You know how in the clock tower, Claire gets an electronic part and then Leon goes in there with the same gears and gets the same part for his electronic puzzle? You know how they get different weapons in the same spots? You know how they should be constantly meeting each other? You know how when you open the parking garage gate you leave the card in? Doesn't that mean that Leon shouldn't even have to get the parking key card? When you get out as Claire, a zombie breaks the chain door, but when you walk out with Leon and Ada, it's fine. Claire and Leon complete the same chess puzzle, fight G1 and G2 in the same spot, and rescue either Sherry or Ada from the same spot. They complete the same greenhouse puzzle, restore power to the same places with the modulator that Leon gets right after entering the big lift place. They fight G3 in the same place and the same time, and Annette dies in 2 different places at the same time. This isn't everything, but this story can't happen. It's impossible. However, I'm gonna try to put it together as best as I can, and as best as the game can. Claire Redfield travels to Raccoon City to find her brother, Chris, who's been strangely silent for a while. Claire uses a payphone at a gas station, but she hears strange noises coming from inside of the station. She goes to check it out and stumbles on a police officer trying to restrain a zombie. The officer gets eaten and Claire has to escape the station. She bumps into Leon Kennedy, who is coming to Raccoon City to start his job as a police officer. They take a car and drive to the city. The meeting is already a coincidence, but you know, the truck driver is a bit excessive. The writer needed a way to split them up, and this is it, I guess. By the way, any arguments about this being a remake and the story always sucked and it always bad, so it's fine, are cringe, and you know it. You would praise them for making good changes, so criticize them for keeping the bad. Claire makes her way to the RPD and Leon is somewhere. I mean, at the time Claire looks at the cameras, goes to Elliot and he gets squished, goes back, meets Marvin, goes through the west corridor, goes to the 3rd floor and gets the spade key and goes into the library, Leon just gets there. How long does he wait? Now Claire and Leon unlock the secret passage at the same time and fight Birkin at the same time and go into the garage at the same time and put out the fire and meet Mr. X at the helicopter and do the clock tower puzzle. These are glaring. I don't believe no one brought this up during development. The story can't happen. Finally, we get to a fork in the road. Claire goes after Sherry to the orphanage and Leon goes to the sewers with Ada. Sherry manages to almost escape from Irons, but her daddy saves her. It's implied that some part of him is drawn to Sherry and that's why she gets saved by him, which is at least something for Birkin, but then Sherry winds up infected, so did he infect her? I don't know. Claire gets to the orphanage and finds Sherry and Mr. X shows up. Why? I mean, Birkin destroying Mr. X looks cool, but why would he be here of all places? I know he is supposed to kill possible witnesses and get the G-Virus sample, but that doesn't explain this random occurrence. Claire and Sherry fall in the elevator because of Birkin, and Claire is found by Annette, and Sherry is in the trash compactor. How did they get to where they are? How did they survive this crazy fall? Who fucking knows? Must have been one of those rubber elevators. Now let's rewind a bit. Leon and Ada go into Kendo's, they meet Kendo, they go into the sewers, Leon kills giant alligator, and finally they meet Annette. She shoots Leon and we go on as Ada. Ada manages to almost catch Annette, but she gets dropped into the trash compactor and is hurt. Now after Leon wakes up, he finds her, and now both characters need to open the chess puzzle door. Oh, and if anyone needs to hear this, these puzzles in-universe are fucking retarded. No place would work like this. These keys make no sense, these statues, these chess pieces, these power restoring puzzles, the layout of the lab. You need a level 2 badge to get to a level 1 door? It's all stupid and would never work. It's a gamey game, so I enjoy them, but they are retarded. After opening the chest door, both characters restore the power to the area, both fight Birkin, both use the crane to defeat him, both use the cable car with their respective partners, both get in the lab and get the level 2 pass from the same zombie. Now we get slight forks, a bit of forkage. Leon gets the signal modulator immediately, but Claire has to go around the whole lab to finally get it. Okay, how? Who cares? The writers clearly didn't. They both used the greenhouse solution to get the level 3 pass, with the difference being that Claire gets an extra plant zombie and Leon gets Mr. X, who... Did anyone ever get caught by Mr. X here? I don't think I ever did. You have to let him catch you. They both restore the power to the third area of the lab, and now this fucking thing, Claire has to be here first since she opens it to get the serum for Sherry, and then Leon gets the G-Virus sample, and so how the fuck do they fight Birkin in the same area separately? And how the fuck is Annette here with Leon? You're dying in another area, you bitch! Annette gave Sherry the serum, so she's fine. Now with Annette's level 4 pass, Claire and Sherry can escape. If you had it and wanted Leon to get the sample, why didn't you just give it to him? They have their big showdown and finally agree to not shoot each other, but then Annette shoots Ada. How? Here is a recreation. Ada falls, Annette dies, and Leon escapes. Another fork is the characters' respective final boss fights. Claire gets another fight with Birkin, while Leon gets a final showdown with Mr. X. They are clearly going for a thing between Claire and Birkin and Leon and Mr. X. I think it would have been a lot more impactful and just better for variety if Claire's and Leon's campaigns focused on their respective antagonists. Claire gets to find out a lot more about Birkin, plus she bonds with his daughter and gets to talk more to Annette. Claire is our window into this tragic family story. Leon doesn't know anything about them, but still has to fight Birkin 3 times in the same spots as Claire. Leon is supposedly a bigger focus for Mr. X than Claire or Sherry. He activates quicker for Leon. I know it's a second run thing that he activates near the STARS office, but apparently this is the canon, so it would be for Leon. Mr. X goes after Leon in the cell block, and if not for Ada and Mr. X being retarded, Leon would be dead because of him. He then goes into the lab specifically after Leon and not the lady going for the G-Virus, and obviously in the end he chases him and he fights Leon until his death. Claire's connection with the Birkins is a lot deeper than Leon's, and Leon has more to do with Mr. X. I think separating these stories would improve a lot, plus we wouldn't have so much overlap. Claire defeats G4 Birkin using a minigun that Umbrella has at the train stop. Okay, Leon defeats Mr. X with a quad launcher from Ada. Where the fuck did she get that? Why would you have a minigun here and not, I don't know, in the lab where the mutated flesh-eating monsters are? Finally, our heroes meet up, but the fight is not over. Something hit the train and Leon is going to check it out. Turns out Birkin attached himself to the train. Leon damages him a bit and then they detach the train car to kill him. The trio leave Raccoon City, and if it's not over, they will stop it, whatever it takes. So, this story is horse shit, bullshit, regular shit, crap, stupid, ridden with plot holes, plot armor, and an uncountable amount of conveniences and contrivances. It's horrible. I like it though. What, was it something I said? I think the plot sucks, but the characters though? It's pretty hard not to like them. To start off with Claire. Her motivation is understandable and just good. She hasn't heard from her brother in weeks, so she tries to find him. Even when faced with an apocalypse, she doesn't stop. I really like the actress. She's pretty good overall, but there are key moments where she needed to sell particular emotions and she does really well. For example, when Claire finds out that the brother she's worried about and came here to find is on vacation in Europe.
You really Chris's sister?
Yeah. Why? Did you find something?
He's on vacation. Europe, I think. Left weeks ago.
Vacation? It's great news.
It's clear that this casts some doubts on Chris, but she finds the fake Chris letter later and instantly knows something is up. Another moment that is stuck in my head is when Annette dies in front of Sherry, and as much as Claire wants to comfort Sherry, she is panicking and wants to escape.
Sherry? Sherry, just say goodbye to your mom. Mom, please say goodbye. Please, Sherry. Listen. She loved you, okay? You really gotta get going. Come on.
You were right about this jacket. I'm so lucky to have you.
We can talk more about that later. We gotta hurry now. Come on.
It's human, it's relatable. Once her motivation becomes helping Sherry, she doesn't stop until she gets to her and saves this kid. She is a normal person. She gets scared but marches on, and you know, defeating a giant monster with a minigun is pretty cool. When it comes to Leon, the motivation part is a bit weaker at first. He got word to stay away from Raccoon City a week ago, but comes anyway? Why? It makes a bit more sense in the original where he partied too hard and is a day late. However, that reason for being late doesn't fit this character at all. Once we get the ball rolling, he gets a million times better, but that start is a bit wonky. I think Leon is pretty darn likable. He's incredibly heroic from the start, he instantly helps Claire. The moment he meets someone who might know more about the situation, he's relentless in pursuing that knowledge in order to save this city and whatever remains of its people. The scene with Kendo illustrates his life goals the most. I love the moment that Kendo says that Leon is a cop, so he is supposed to know something, and Leon looks to Ada, perhaps hoping she might shed some light, as if words of enlightenment might bring comfort to a helpless father. This moment makes him want to pursue whoever is responsible even more. He doesn't care about himself, he only cares for others. Whatever it takes, he will try. It's this core that made me love him. It's 4's remake that made me love him even more. I've said it before, 4 is my favorite, but this is where the foundations were laid, and I hope they get preserved for Requiem. I was shocked when I found out that the same actor did Leon in 2 fought and is now doing Requiem. That's some fucking range, my man. Great work. Of course, it's not only their moral cause that make them so likable. They are human, they panic, they scream. The hands shaking while holding a gun. They both get what I can call a bravery arc. They start out terrified but pushing on, and by the end they both get a lot more brave.
Is this a fucking joke?
God damn it, your timing sucks.
It helps a lot that they have personalities as well and that they are different. Claire is a lot more sure of herself and confident, while Leon is a lot more idealistic, but both are relentless in pursuing their goals. Leon is funnier though.
Hope I don't have to write a report on this.
It's the events of 2 that make him the badass in 4. I know this is the series where the funny man says no thanks bro, and I love that, but I have an easy preference. Unfortunately, there are things that are iffy with both. Remember that helicopter pilot? Yeah, these are really good helpful people and neither one bothers with actually checking if he's okay. He doesn't look that bad from the back. Checking on the pilot would be a really simple yet necessary thing. It does damage to both of them when they stand here cracking jokes while this man is burning. I don't know why they bother with putting out the fire when you could easily go through a window. I don't know why Claire doesn't even try to help Annette when she is grabbed by Birkin. Leon does the same thing. Details matter, and these stick out so much. Overall, they are really good, but these moments stink. Additionally, we gotta mention the secondary characters. Ada is fine. As much as she is important for Leon's development, she ain't that deep here. She is quite good at deceiving Leon, who finds out about her deception right before giving away the virus. She insists upon getting the virus, but finally decides to do the right thing and drops her weapon. It's okay. It builds into the relationship in 4, where the voice is much worse, but she's better. Marvin is pretty good. He helps the first one character, and his demeanor shifts significantly depending on who you're playing as. With Claire, he is a lot more caring and soft since her brother is his colleague. He makes sure she is safe so that she can see her brother again. Marvin's final heroic act before his death. With Leon, he is more harsh, but it's something that Leon needs. He makes sure that Leon understands that these things are no longer people, to not repeat his mistake. It is something that a rookie idealistic Leon needs for his development. You can imagine that if things were different, you could have a great camaraderie here, but alas, Marvin dies tragically by getting his head blown off by Claire.
I'm sorry.
I don't know, I think this was kind of a mistake. It's nice that you meet mutated Marvin in-game and not in a cutscene. It creates this moment of, hey Marvin, are you good? But blowing up his head and then hearing I'm sorry from Claire is really funny and destroys the moment. Sherry is okay. She is not annoying as kids can be. She's brave when faced with blind retards and is a good character to develop Claire more. She is absolutely fine. Who else? Annette is strange. She's extremely cold towards her daughter and other people, but 5 minutes later she regrets that and is super duper helpful and heroic. I think she could be better, but this just happened so quickly.
I was scared. Those things were everywhere, and
You should have called the police. That's what we taught you.
I did, but nobody came, and you didn't answer your phone, so...
Sherry, I don't have time for this.
Wait! Wait! I can treat her. In my lab. It's not far away.
She leaves Sherry in a dumpster to die, but when Claire shows up, she's suddenly caring. It's too quick, plus she clones herself and dies in 2 different places in the same story. The plot really hurts her. Chief Irons, who fucking cares? Birkin, cringe, but iconic monster though. Hunk, he's alright. Got a cool design and is clearly characterized in a few lines. Sort of Boba Fett-ish before whatever Star Wars is now. Not you, Andor. You're precious. Last thing I want to mention is the soundtrack. It's fine. There are really 2 awesome tracks, but other than that, it's eh. It does its job. The music in Requiem's trailer is better than 90% of this game's soundtrack. Speaking of Requiem, I hate the fact that I don't like this feeling. The feeling of excitement for a new Resident Evil game. This era of Resident Evil is so highly praised. It brought so many new people to it. It brought me into it. In this new era of Resident Evil games, we got 7, 2 remake, 3 remake, 8, and 4's remake. And I guess Resistance and Reverse, if you want to count them. Only 2 and 4 are good. The rest are pretty fucking terrible. I made a whole video about how much I hate Ethan Winters. I'm glad he's dead, but that could have been good. They made Chris retarded, they made Nemesis lame and Jill boring. We got nothing new on Claire besides Revelations 2. Every new character is bad. Ethan? Mia? Rose? Does anyone care? The games vary significantly in terms of quality. 2 out of 7 being good in this new age for Resident Evil is not a great score. Go play 2 and 4, both versions. They are really fucking good. Thank you for watching.